we have $40,948.17. For the water fund, we have $15,886.45. And in the construction and checking fund, we have $26,436.47. At this time, I need a motion to approve the bills.
Is there a second?
Second.
Call for question. Roll call vote, please.
Denny.
Yes.
Katie.
Yes.
Debbie.
Yes.
Sam.
Yes.
All in favor. Motion carries.
Okay, we have no ordinances or resolutions. Anything under old business? New business?
Just a couple of comments. Just to let council know that I've got George Buca looking into the possibility of getting new parking meters for our new lights out there. Okay. He's going to get a price on that, and I'll report back to council what the price may be when George gets that ratified. And there's also another way that we can get new mechanism for inside the meters. And there's a gentleman who will, or a company that will refurbish the outside casing, and that seems to be a much lesser way to go than paint it to match the color of the poles. So I'll get back to council with the report on that before we make a decision. One thing, the other thing is the plaque that we suggested for down at the new building in the ball field. That I have been into Pittsburgh, and I ordered that plaque. It'll probably be 5 to 6 weeks anyhow before it comes in. And that's it.
Okay, any other new business? We got the, yeah, we got the periodic estimate for payment on the sanitary sewer repair phase 4 and manhole rehab phase 2, amount of $173,847.01. I'll entertain a motion that we pay that.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Call for question.
Been approved by the engineer.
Yes.
Any other questions? Roll call vote, please.
Denny.
Yes.
Katie.
Yes.
Deb.
Yes.
Sam.
Yes.
All in favor. Motion carries.
Okay, I'll let you do this one, Gordon.
Okay.
Approval change order.
Yes, change order number 1 was for the chemical grouting of manhole 16 and manhole 24 for an addition of $2,300. What happened there? When the contractor went to do the lining of the manhole, there was free flow of water. We went back to the inspection reports. At the time the manholes had their official inspection done for the consent order, there was no identification of free flow of water. They can't install these Illuminate liners with free flow of water, so they had to plug the leaks per se. So they had to do a complete chemical grouting of those two before they can proceed with their work. So that's change order number 1.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion that we approve the change order number 1.
Motion.
Second.
Call for question. Roll
Any
call.
idea of how the water got in there? I mean, was it through the age of the
No, it could be due to groundwater, difference in groundwater elevations, due to rain, and that's typically what the case is. The water comes in and it's groundwater, so it can be a difference in elevation. It's higher at this time than the time it was inspected.
The reason we have to do that is we're bound by the consent order. We all actually turn this water out of the system. Okay, we'll call vote, please.
Denny.
Yes.
Katie.
Yes.
Deb.
Yes.
Sam.
Yes.
All in favor. Motion carries.
Okay, Gordon, you want to explain that one?
Change order number 2 is for a reduction of $1,800 of an item rehabilitation item. And the contractor approached us when it was time to do that one, and realized that they have equipment limitations. This was a 4-foot section to be spot lined in situ, meaning they use the equipment down inside the pipe to spot line it, but that when they bid on it, they didn't realize that it was from the manhole out, and they need to get equipment, apparently equipment inside the pipe, the way the pipe's cured, and they told us physically with their equipment it wasn't possible, so the only alternative we have is to delete that and at a future time do a spot repair. It'll have to be dug up, or at that time we'll investigate, see if other contractors have a different method or different equipment that they can use to spot line.
Okay, there's not any danger of collapse. or
No,
anything.
no, it wasn't a major,
An emergency
right,
situation.
it wasn't an emergency repair.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion that we approve that.
I'll make that motion.
Do a second.
Second.
Call for question.
Always the deal, the reduction's always less than the addition.
Yes.
Roll call, please.
Denny?
Yes.
Katie? Yes. Debbie?
Yes.
Sam?
Yes.
All in favor, motion carries.
Okay, now is the time at the meeting where we have public comment. Oh, I'm sorry, yes, thank you, Sherry. We did talk about adding an amendment to the agenda tonight. We do have proposals from the Red Rock Fence Company to furnish and install 360 feet of 4-inch high aluminized chain link fence with no gates. And so we have a proposal from Red Rock. If we want to go through with that, we would need a motion to accept that proposal. And it's my understanding it will be a change order to the existing contract?
Yes, but the motion should be for us to proceed with the county to see if the county would approve
Okay.
the change order. And then the other part of it, if the county does, then write the change order for the borough's approval.
So can we make our motion to approve subject to approval by Allegheny County?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
We would need a motion.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Call for question.
And that's for $5,000 increase.
Yes.
And if it's
Yes.
not part of this contract, then it would be, the guesstimate would be $6,350.
Well, if we can't get a change order, we'll need to get three proposals.
In reverse, the reason you have two proposals that are the 6,250, is that what it is?
350.
350, that's if it was done through the county, because they have to use wage rates, which are higher in cost. So that would be, if the county approved the change order, you'd have to do it for the 6,250. And again, this is 65% grant funds.
Okay. So
your-
if they
your
approve this,
contribution-
we're gonna get 65% of the 6,350.
The other one, 5,000, is less. You'd have to get a couple more bids. You might even get one less, who knows? But,
And the county would probably participate.
It's Zippo.
Okay.
Okay, so we're voting on the 6,350.
Yes.
Roll call, please.
Denny?
Yeah, I have one thing to say. I think Jack didn't say it right. Was the fence is 4 feet high. The posts that are going to be drilled into the concrete are 4 inches. But I'm going to vote yes. That's what you have. Because you said the fence was to be 4 inches high. It's the,
Oh, 4 inches?
yes, yeah, just a
Yeah, I
little
didn't
bit.
have my new glasses.
Yeah, the fence is to be 4 feet high.
So I didn't see that extra.
Yeah,
Thank you.
but I'm voting yes anyway. So.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, sorry. Denny?
yes.
Katie? Yes. Deb?
Yes.
Sam?
Yes.
All in favor, motion carries.
Okay, now is the time for our public comment on items borough going on. So we have to make the items can only be pertaining to the borough. And we have a 3-minute limit on that comment also. So anybody in the first row wishes to make a comment?
Okay, thanks.
Laura, you wanna stand, give your name and address, please?
Yes, Laura Wright, 282 Newport Road. And I have just two comments. One is that the electricity seems to be turned on one side of the street, not on the other. When can we expect the electricity on the light post for the second side of the street? And the second is, I just wondered if you would consider saying why the bids were too high when none of them exceeded the 3.1 million that you borrowed. The highest bid was even $2,900.
The bids as projected by the architect were higher than projected, so, that's the reason for rejecting the bids. Okay.
I'd like to clarify one thing there. 3.1 million that we borrowed, if it was 3.1, I don't think it was, I think it was 2.9, but that included old debt.
Sure.
Okay, so I want to clarify that there was pretty close to $700,000, $800,000, $600,000, $700,000, $750,000 worth of old debt that we're going to put into this bond issue too,
It's already retired.
Right.
which is already
That's
covered.
Yeah, I got you.
So
Peggy, do you have a comment?
Oh, yeah. I would like this
No,
recorded.
State your name and address.
My name is Peg Albright, 141st Street, Blawnox, PA. I would like this statement recorded in the minutes because you seem to leave out important things.
You can give a copy of that to the secretary, she can attach it to the minutes, but we don't do verbatim minutes. We're not required to do it, so we don't do it. But you can read your statement.
Sure. This entire council has not represented the people or kept their oath of office. They took this oath of office to protect the rights of the people you represent. Our First Amendment rights have been ignored. Each and every one of you was chosen and handpicked by John Smith, the mayor. You were not chosen because you were leaders, but because you were followers, sheeple, puppets. Council's meetings held here in Blawnox never have discussions on items to vote on of concerns to the residents. Like tonight, an example is you passed all these things. We have one question from Denny, which was a surprise. For instance, every item has been passed unanimously with no input from any one of you. The solicitor, who in my opinion will do anything for a buck. For instance, allowing the mayor to humiliate a resident in Blawnox by mailing out with the taxpayers' money lies that the mayor put in the Post-Gazette. The solicitor also falsely accused me of being removed from a meeting while in fact I left to get the police because Mr. McNaughton, the president of council, would not let Melina sign in to videotape. The council did not protect our rights. They said they're like wooden facsimiles of real people. The whole council let this go, and it is their fault for letting it happen, and there are many more examples. The council agrees and supports that when a question is asked of the public, they say thank you for your comment. And they think that's acceptable. We don't. Why are you hiding? What are you hiding? The council has the responsibility to answer to the public and keep the citizens informed. If you can't keep your oath of office and can't handle your responsibilities to the people, please resign.